up early, sun shining bright. Got the flag, got the fight. Ready for the big game today. College football fever. Yeah. Dugout's packed, the crowd's alive, cheerleaders spinning, waving flags, game day magic, feels like home, with Mondo, D-Truth, Lunu, and Sniper on the mic. Are you ready for some college football Saturday? Let's cheer for our team, feeling the thrill of the game, screaming, jumping, never slowing down, together we're unstoppable, can't you feel the fun? Marching band, drums rolling out, tailgating, burgers cooking good, the field's lit, the energy's high, we're ready, let's make history. Coaches yelling, players running fast, from Texas to Notre Dame, Georgia, Clemson, USC, Tennessee, Bama to Ohio State, defending their crown. The final whistle, the crowd roars, victory we won, it's all worth it. High fives, hugs, we're all one, college football fever, we own it. Are you ready for some college football Saturday? Let's cheer for our team, feeling the thrill of the game, screaming, jumping, never slowing down, together we're unstoppable, can't you feel the fun? Mondo, D-Truth, you kill, we're unstoppable. Saturday morning kickoff show, we ride from morning till night, we're on fire. This is the season we're the pride.
Good morning, everyone. It is College Football Saturday and Labor Day weekend. Salute everybody, salute. Got my panel here with me, D-Truth, Sniper. Good morning, fellas. Happy Labor Day weekend and happy week one of college football. This is going to be a full weekend. It started Thursday. It carried on into last night. And now here we are. College Football Saturday officially is here. Week one, a full Saturday. Good morning, fellas.
Bruh, did you say it's college football week, bruh? Did you see the game last night?
Man. Those were two good games last night. Those games could have went either way. We found out something about all four teams last night, and we're going to go into that. We're going to start off. We got an Auburn fan on here, of course. So we're going to start off with D-Truth. That was your team. We was on location in Decatur yesterday. For those of you that don't know, we did a live. I pulled up on my boy yesterday, and we did a live kickoff show, Friday kickoff show yesterday. The Auburn Tigers went down to Waco and took care of business. What did you find out about your Auburn Tigers, D-Truth? What did you find out last night about your Auburn Tigers?
I found out that, like last year, I wanted them to run the ball more. I found out we got a quarterback. That question about Justin Arnold, is he going to be what he was what he was last night. Mm-hmm. And like I said on them other shows, they were going to have to pick their partners with this team. They picked their partners last night, and you see what happened, didn't they?
Yes, sir. Good morning, Frank Nitty. Good morning, No Cap. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute and happy Labor Day weekend to everyone that is watching and listening. Salute to you. Salute. Hope all of you enjoy your Labor Day weekend.
But I got to give credit to the Baylor Bears, though. They played the best ball they could play. But a coaching mistake changed that game in the first half. You know what play I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. 4th and goal, you going for it. Kick the field goal, get the points. And when he made that decision to go for it on 4th down and didn't get it, Auburn drove right back down the field, got a touchdown. That changed the whole momentum of the ball game. Mm-hmm. So I can't blame it on Baylor kids. Like I said, it's all up to the coach when they make a coach's decision. It could change the ball game as well as a turnover or a penalty, and that would basically change the momentum of the ball game. So, and we've seen it with the referees. They missed a whole lot of calls last night too. But hey, it is what it is. And like I said, you got to pick your parts. That line got together and did what they did, and we made some critical penalties errors last night, which I don't like. I think it was about 8 penalties for about 90-something yards. Now we got to cut down on that. And the defensive back, they locked down some of the receiver, but that Twig kid for Baylor, he going to be a problem in the Big 12. He going to be a big problem in the Big 12. He going to be a big problem. He going to be a big problem. So
I agree. And I think Sniper could agree as well. Twig is going to be a problem in the Big 12. Baylor, I'm not saying they're going to win the Big 12, but I'm putting everybody in the Big 12 on notice. This is a dangerous team. If this team is on your schedule, you bring your A game, because they don't quit. They keep coming at you, and man, they have a good running game. They have a good O-line. They have a good receiving core. But I think what happened last night, Auburn, like I've been saying all summer, Auburn, they've improved. They are as good as advertised. This is the first season opener they've won in about almost, 5 years?
Yeah.
And so this is a different Auburn team, everyone.
And you seen both the running backs last night. Then you seen the third running back. He got in there. You see what I'm saying? So it's, if that O-line can stay healthy, that's any college football team. If that O-line can stay healthy, there's a whole lot of people in trouble. And I think the next 2 games, I think they're gonna work on their passing game in them two games before they play Oklahoma. So Oklahoma have a whole lot of things to think about. So it is what it is. And we know that defense can stand up. Like me, you were talking about last night. You can drive the ball 20-20, but can you get in the end zone when you get in the red zone? And it seems like Baylor couldn't do that last night. So in the SEC, when you get in the 20, you got to get some kind of points put on the board. No matter who you're playing, you got to get the points.
Absolutely. Salute to you, King Info. I agree with you somewhat. But in football, week 1, 1 loss, and it's an out-of-conference game, not really going to hurt you. It's not going to keep you definitely not going to keep you out of the playoffs, and it's not going to prevent you from winning the conference. Baylor could go on an incredible run and win the Big 12 and still be in the playoffs in December. Me personally, I would have kicked the field goal. Okay. I would have kicked the field goal, or I would have punted in that situation. But like the great Herman would say, you play to win the game. And that goes for the coaches too. You call games, you coach to win. You don't coach not to lose. You coach to win. And I think he learned that under Ed Orgeron. His time with Ed Orgeron, he learned that. That is where that style of coaching, that aggressiveness comes from during his time down at LSU with Ed Orgeron.
King Info, if you would have listened to my podcast, our podcast night before, and I wouldn't have took Baylor. Too many weapons on Auburn. See, I would have took Baylor. Too many unanswered questions, and it's still a lot of unanswered questions with coaching. With coaching going on, with the coach's decision. I know it's the coach to win, right? I know coach to win, right? But
salute to you, 225 girl.
Cause you coach to win, but you got 3 points already on the board. What wrong with get 3 other points? What wrong with get being up 6-0? That's like being up a touchdown. And that momentum wasn't swung that way. But you let it go forward, guess what? They took all the momentum away from him. And him being him being a gambler on fourth downs.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it don't come back and bite him in later games. That means something.
Well, is first game. First game, you really don't have anything to lose. You don't have anything to lose. The first game and the last game, you leave it all out on the field. And that season opener, you leave it all out on the field, especially a non-conference game, a non-con game. Now, if this would have been a Big 12 matchup, say if this would have been Texas Tech.
Yeah.
I think it would have been a little bit more different decision because you don't want to start the year off with a conference loss. No one wants that. But Auburn, I've been telling everyone all off season, this is a different Auburn team. They have improved. You measure a team, salute to you, Bronze. You measure a team based off where they were last year versus where they're going this year. And this team has improved. And that is what I was saying. I was on another content creators panel, and I made a couple of predictions. Auburn pulling off some serious upsets this year, and that they would be dangerous and would play a major part in the SEC on who gets in the playoffs and who gets left out. Much kind of like what Oklahoma did last year.
Yeah, and although we didn't see the receivers, I'm going to tell you, the Baylor Bears defense had. I ain't gonna say they had a lot down, but I don't think there was in the game plan to put the use of receivers last night. It don't look like it. You see what I'm saying? It didn't look like it. Because you notice when they try to pass the ball, it didn't work like okay. And when that O-line when the O-line start getting geared up to run the ball and they start getting that rhythm to run the ball, guess what? Keep feeding rock. And they left Jackson Arnold a big hole. Jeremiah Cobb, big holes. DeMar Austin, big holes. You see what I'm saying? So, and I like how they got every single junior involved in the offense. A whole lot of different ways. So, we'll see. Go ahead.
And here's the thing about it. Here's the thing about it with anyone that has Auburn on your schedule this year. They didn't even touch the playbook last night. They did not even. This was not a cupcake team. This was Baylor. This was a Big 12 opponent. This was a Baylor team that went on a 7. They ended the year on a 7-game winning streak last year.
And lost to the SEC team in a bowl game.
You lost to an SEC team in the bowl game, and they lost. Remember, they lost a couple of games narrowly. They lost to Colorado on a Hail Mary. Go ahead, Sniper.
Hey, that's what I was going to say. Baylor ain't no punk. Baylor, like you said, went on that 7-game winning streak last year, and if it wasn't for some questionable play calling during the Colorado game, they could have been in that playoff conversation. But Auburn did a great job last night, and just for the first game of Week 1, I want to see what they can do with it as it continues on throughout the season. If they're going to be consistent throughout the year, because we know, hey, Auburn can do. Auburn's one of those teams that can be. They'll win, and the next thing you know, is start doing a downslide. You know what I mean? But hey, hats off to Auburn. Hats off to Baylor for not giving up and and keep fighting throughout the whole game. But that's my take on the Auburn. That's my take on that Auburn Baylor game.
But I'm bringing one point of that game that kind of took the A out of the stadium. When Baylor went down there and scored that touchdown, got with the 7, and kicked that ball off, and Pleasant, who's a transfer for Tulane, had that 98-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. That took all the A out of Baylor, out of that stadium. man, that was a hole. You could have, hey, stop. You could have ran through that hole. Anyone else could have ran through that hole on that kickoff. But like I said, that right there, that game right there, I'm gonna tell y'all. Thursday night, I couldn't sleep. I was tossing turning that Thursday night. I was tossing turning that Thursday night. So hey, so that goes to show you how much respect I got for Baylor.
Well, I'm going to say this. I knew Auburn would win, but I didn't think Auburn would win like that. That was utter domination in the trenches on both sides of the ball. The D-line. Now, that secondary still have issues. That secondary, the defensive coordinator, Nix, he's the defensive coordinator.
DJ Durkin.
Durkin. He got to tighten up that secondary. I don't care. Look, man, if you have to have your corners to come up and play bump coverage and have your DBs to get a little bit more aggressive, they got to tighten up that secondary, man. But you're going up against some good passing teams. You're going up against Missouri. You're going up against A&M. You got Georgia, Oklahoma. John Mateer, he's a gunslinger. He's a gunslinger, and they got tall trees for wideouts on that Oklahoma team. So they're going to have to tighten up that secondary. See, Baylor is more of a running team. But when they saw that they could exploit that secondary of Auburn's, they almost did. They almost did. The only problem was the Baylor defense could not stop Auburn from scoring. So
they could stop the run.
They couldn't stop the run. But when you run up against some SEC teams that have the personnel to stop the run, then, that secondary is going to have to stand up. That secondary is going to have to stand up. You're facing some quarterbacks in the SEC.
But majority of the game was with that secondary. They did what they're supposed to do, but and how short that. I'm gonna tell you how short them linebackers, them safety is with Twigs. That's a big money. You know what? And I would see what safety.
He wasn't the only one catching passes. That whole Baylor wide receiver core had a good night. They had that kid. If you look at his stats, if you look at Baylor's quarterback stats. If you just looked at the stats, okay, and you didn't watch the game, and no one told you what the final score was, you would think Baylor won the game.
Yeah.
You would think Baylor won the game because they had a good night on the ground, and they had an even better night in the air. And now back to Auburn's offense. You're not going to be able to line up and run on these physical SEC defenses. You're gonna have to pass the ball, especially on the 13th. You're going to have to beat that team in Norman, Oklahoma. You're going to have to beat that team in the air. You ain't going to line up and run on that team, run on that defensive front.
See, I'm going to give Baylor credit. Yeah, they did what worked for them, right? Pass, okay. We can beat you, try to beat you passing. Auburn did what worked for them, and they seen that Baylor could stop them. Why change something when you see your team can't stop you in that format?
I agree with you, especially in week 1. If you don't have to show your hand, it's right now, honestly, sniper, and that is the goal. In when you play, if you got a non-con conference opponent, all right, a Power 4 non-con conference opponent, and you can play that game without showing your hand. Salute to you, Genesis Bronze. You can play that game without showing your playbook. You had a win-win. You had a great night. So they still, honestly, teams can't really say that they got any film on Auburn. You got running game. You got them lining up and just 10 clouds of dust. But you don't have that playbook. You don't know what they have in store, what packages they have designed for Singleton. You don't know what packages they have for Coleman. And I don't know if you heard or not. Cobb played a little quarterback in high school.
And
So
Hey, we seen a little bit of that last year. We seen that little bit of that last year. We doing what he did. So
yes, sir. So you got some Auburn. Auburn is going to be a dangerous team moving forward. But like I've been saying all summer, and the reason why I have them at 9-3 is that secondary is still shaky. It is shaky. I mean, I'm calling it as it's shaky.
But I'm telling you this right here.
This is the first game of the season, though. They can hit and tackle, but the coverage they're shaky.
I'm gonna tell you this: 9 penalties for 83 yards, and that what kept Baylor in the ball game, especially on the defense end, holding on that stuff. Come on, you gotta stop that. That's why I kept saying penalties. I like they handle turnovers. That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But 9 penalties for almost 100 yards. Come on, you gotta do better than that.
But hey, it's the first game of the season. You got to understand, like, they're not practicing and playing against themselves. They're playing against somebody else. So they got to get those jitters out. The first time around, and if for them to be under 180 yards of penalties is kind of a good thing.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I agree with Armando. Y'all got. We don't know what Auburn can do right now because they got many packages they can work with. It's up to the players to execute.
Mm-hmm.
You can put as many packages as you want together. Those players got to execute. But that secondary again, and I saw the highlights, and that secondary needs to improve. I agree with Mondo on that.
But I'm like the first game. I'm not too much worried about the secondary. I'm not really too much worried about the secondary because they're going to improve, and because what the offense Baylor was running last night, I don't think no other team gonna run that kind of offense. See what I'm saying? But like you said, and I don't think Baylor showed their whole playbook last night, just like Auburn. They showed their whole playbook.
Missouri runs a similar offense, and so does Oklahoma. And the thing about Oklahoma goes up tempo.
Yeah.
They're going to be going up tempo. So they're going to be physical in the trenches. They're going to be a physical running team, but they're going to be on a Lincoln Riley style where they're going to be zip, 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 up tempo. So it is. The good thing for Auburn is you really don't have any film on them because they didn't show their hand. They didn't have to. They just lined up 10 yards, cloud of dust.
Well, that goes for a lot of teams. You're not gonna show everything the first couple of games, especially when you're in the SEC, you're in these big conferences, because you don't want people to get now. Next week is going to be different.
Yeah,
because you're going to have to play.
Yeah,
you got some games today where some teams going to have to show their hand, and I'm going to answer Bronze's question here, and we're going to go a little bit into it. Mondo, I don't see how Clemson should even be ranked number 4. LSU coming for that. You know what? I've been going back and forth for the last 2 weeks on that game. I still have not decided my pick on that one. I won't decide until the end of the show. But I think the ranking where Clemson is at is well deserved, because you got to remember they did something that nobody expected them to do. They went into Darrell K. Royal Stadium in a playoff game where people were just poo-pooing on them like they didn't deserve to be in it in the first place. They went in there and they took Texas to 4 quarters. 4 quarters. It took Texas 4 quarters to put them away.
9.
Clemson issues last year was stopping the run. Think about it now. That was the issue against us in week 1. That was the issue in the second half of that SMU game. And it became an issue in the 4th quarter of that playoff game against Texas. So what we're going to find out is if Clemson can plug in the holes and not allow any runs, because that secondary is stacked. That's a no-fly zone. That secondary they got. But if they can stop the run, they're going to be a problem. They're going to be a problem. But they're in my preseason top 5 ranking.
Yes. And my take on it's just like, and Clemson's playing LSU today, yeah, and it's gonna be like they're gonna go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? That game will go back and forth. What defense like this is the first game, right? Like Sniper said, we're gonna expect a whole lot of penalties in this game. First game jitters, want to get off the ball, but can LSU run the ball? Can they pass the ball on Clemson? How good it's a lot of questions for a whole lot of teams today. How good do they run defense? How good do they pass defense? How good they pass offense? How good do they run offense? What coach going to make a coach mistake? Which coach going to not make a coach mistake? So that we got a whole lot of questions.
Yeah, we're going to get into that in the Q&As, but I want to talk about the other game last night.
Let me throw something out there real quick, if you don't mind, real quick. And when we talk about the preseason rankings and stuff like that, first of all, I don't believe in the preseason rankings. I think that everybody should be a 0 after week 1, because when you got teams you got new players and the senior class is large, but you basing off what happened last year is not. If you basing off of the recruiting class, that doesn't tell how good your team is. Who can tell how somebody's team, how good a team is by a spring game? So so they talking about Clemson's number 5, even Georgia's number 4, whatever have you. That don't mean nothing until them pass, till them cleats hit the field. So because and then again, Clemson come out today and throw a dub, and throw a goose egg, but they rank number. So forget all that ranking stuff. Let's see when they put them put them pads on and see. Then we can say after next week who's as of now who is number 1, who's number 2, and so on. But this stuff with the preseason ranking, they don't mean nothing.
This is my opinion about the whole ranking situation. Okay, so it is for content. It's really for content. All right. You can salute to you, Common Sense TV. Salute to you, brother. Happy Labor Day weekend to you. This is how I would do it, ladies and gentlemen. I would do a preseason ranking, like right after 4th of July weekend. Go ahead and do your preseason rankings, and then when the regular season starts up, rankings go out the window. Come back in week 5, and then do because I don't understand why they wait till November to do the playoff rankings. Come back in week 5 and then do your playoff rankings every week, starting in week 5, because by week 5 you already see everybody's body of work. Good morning to you, Ginger Westfield. You already see everybody's body of work. Now, another thing I would also do is spring games, spice them up a little bit. Have some jamborees. Have teams playing against other teams instead of playing against each other. Now, the cupcake games, those should be the spring games. So if you Kent State and Georgia, spring game. Auburn and South Alabama, spring game. Okay, because when it comes to the regular season and what they're doing now that they're taking this to a 9-game SEC schedule, and then you're required to play a Power 4 opponent. So that's 10 games. We're about to be spoiled. Okay, we're going to be used to seeing marquee matchups and from week 1 through 4, and then week 5 we're getting fed cupcakes, cupcake games. You're throwing the fan base off. So give us something every week. So that's why I in my opinion, I say throw the rankings out. Don't start the rankings until the 5th, but let the committee start. Let the committee start ranking these teams. Put them to work. Why wait to November? Why wait to November? Start it up after week 5, that Tuesday after week 5, and then go from there.
Yeah, I'm like that. I look at ranking, preseason ranking. AP, coach, I really don't give a doggone what the team ranked at. You see what I'm saying? I really don't care. No, I don't care why the rankings is, because the ranking can be deceiving. And sometimes when the rankings comes out, you're like, wait a minute, this team just lost. You got a one-loss team in front of a team that having a loss. Wait a minute, that if the ranking was about something, why? I don't care what the conference the team is. They got no losses. What the hell they doing down at the bottom of the 25? But you got a team that got 2 losses. That's good. That's in the Power 4, but you got them in the top 10. What sense do that make? It's a popularity contest. The rankings is.
And Ginger Westfield made a comment. She said rankings are based off how you did last year in returning players. I agree with half of what Ginger said, and I agree half of what you said, D-Truth. And here's why. Okay, so the rankings are based off how you did last year in returning players. Okay, so Penn State, they have Penn State ranked number 2. I will say that is correct, because based on what they have returning this year, and those players that are returning, their performance from last year is one of the main reasons why they're ranked where they are now. If they're not consistent, because if they were consistent, then Colorado would have been a favorite last night, because last year this Colorado team was way better than last year's Georgia Tech team. So, but they had Georgia Tech favored in last night's game. You see where I'm going with this? So they're not consistent when it comes to those early rankings.
You're right about that. That.
So speaking of Georgia Tech, last night was a great game. In Boulder, Colorado, and Folsom Field. Georgia Tech did what they had to do. They went out there and took care of business. A lot of people were picking Colorado. Colorado had they got a nice squad. They just don't have the marquee players that they had last. They don't have a Travis Hunter. They don't have a player that can go up there and just, they don't have that clutch guy yet. Not saying that he's not on the squad right now, but he hasn't been discovered yet. I think that's the only thing that's holding them back, receiver play. Other than that, they've improved in the trenches. That running game is hella better than it was last year. So if I'm a Colorado fan, don't hold your head down this morning. Don't hold your head down this morning. I like the direction that they're going. They just need some playmakers on the outside. Salute to you. Good morning time. Happy Labor Day weekend to you.
Colorado showed me a lot of grit last night. They were down all the way until the beginning of the fourth quarter, and they made that comeback. Tied it up at 20 apiece, but it was like the marathon was too much for them. You know what I mean? Towards the end, they started to die off a little bit, and I think that Coach Sanders is going to make that change. Congratulations to Earl Turk. I would never say their name, but Jordan, they got a good win, and but yeah, Colorado showed some grit last night. I love that.
Mm-hmm. And this is the thing. Time said, I love Deion Sanders. Don't get me wrong, but I love the state of Georgia Bulldogs and Georgia Tech as a running game. But I believe Colorado could stop. They're a work in process. They have a very young team, and for them to have such a young team, they played a hell of a lot better than I expected them to. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought Georgia Tech would probably win this game by a couple of touchdowns, or maybe 2 or 3 touchdowns. But Colorado, they showed some fight, they showed some heart, and they have some talent on that team, and they have improved in the trenches. So the way Colorado played against Georgia Tech is not some pushover ACC team. A lot of experts, analysts are picking Georgia Tech to compete with Clemson for the ACC title. So that was a tough opponent. That wasn't North Dakota State that Colorado played last night. That was Georgia Tech, the same team that took our Georgia Bulldogs to 8 overtime. This is the same Georgia Tech team that it took our Georgia Bulldogs 8 overtimes.
But I'm gonna take this right here. Colorado. Remember when I mentioned Georgia Tech had no 3 turnovers? Colorado converted 1 of them. I said if they would have converted 2 of them turnovers, either in field goals or a touchdown, we'd be talking about different. We'd be talking about a different story today.
Yeah,
you'd be talking about a different story. So that quarterback Salter came from Liberty. He played on a Hugh Freeze, but he got to start making them throws. Some of the throws he could have made. You just, like you said, got to get back there. The run game improved a little bit. That defense improved, and like I said, they ain't got to start. So Colorado fans got to be patient with that team.
And this is the thing with Georgia Tech. Look at this schedule. Just take a look at this schedule now. Hey, look, man. Now I understand why a lot of experts are saying Georgia Tech could be that surprise team in the ACC. Now, Clemson, they got to come to. They got to travel here to Atlanta and play Georgia Tech. I don't know if they're playing in the Benz Stadium or if they're playing in Bobby Dodd Stadium. But I want to see how they do against Clemson. Okay, if they take Clemson to 4 games, and if it's a very competitive game, moving forward, and this is the thing with Georgia Tech, they got to win. Same scenario with Auburn. They got to win the games that they're supposed to win. I don't know what it is about Virginia Tech. That's their boogeyman. Virginia Tech is Georgia Tech's boogeyman. They cannot beat this team for some reason. They got to figure out how to beat this team. Syracuse. Pitt. Take care of business against Pitt. And here you are right here in Atlanta with 1 loss. Where do you see, Sniper? And I'm asking you now, look at this schedule now. Other than Clemson, where do you see another potential loss between September 13th and Black Friday, Thanksgiving weekend?
Hey, you right. Hey, listen, but the teams that you mentioned, Syracuse, they got scroll up a little bit.
Hold on.
Or just scroll down a little bit. There you go. Thank you, sir. Hey, look, Syracuse, and like you said, Virginia Tech. But the only thing is that
they got them at home, though, brother.
They got them at home. That's what I was about to say.
These games at home, man.
But you also, hey, listen, the one game that another game that trips them up every once in a while. It's like that doggone Wake Forest game.
And I was thinking the same thing. Sniper. But Wake Forest almost lost to Kennesaw State last night. The final score was 10-9, and Kennesaw State was driving. They ran out of time, man. They almost lost to Kennesaw State, a team that just came up from Division III. And NC State, they barely got past was East Carolina?
Yeah. But the only thing I say, and it's just like we mentioned before, it's their first game of the season. And these teams, and we know for sure these teams that nobody think about, like the Wake Forests and the Kennesaw States, the Liberties, and all them kids come out to play their first game because they trying to prove something. So, but I just think that you're correct. I think there's not too every game that Georgia Tech has is at home, so they got the home field advantage. It gives them advantage over that. But there's little teams like Wake Forest, that Virginia Tech, they have to be careful, bro. They have to be careful because that can put them out faster than them coming to play in Georgia.
I'm gonna be honest with you. At the Wake Forest from last year on, I would have said the same thing. But this Wake Forest team they are on a downslide. That was a terrible performance last night. Their offense, in order to beat Georgia Tech, you got to be able to put up 30 points. That's the team. That's the thing about it. And there's only 2 teams on this schedule that have that capability of putting up over 30 points on this Georgia Tech defense. And that is Clemson and Georgia. Virginia Tech, they lost a lot last year. Syracuse lost a lot of talent last year. And Syracuse, if that game was going to be in the Carrier Dome, I would give you that, Sniper. But that game is going to be in Bobby Dodd Stadium.
I'm going to say this right.
Virginia Tech got to come here. Georgia, the crucial games that Georgia Tech has, the 3 games that usually trip them up, Virginia Tech, Syracuse, and Pittsburgh, they have all 3 of them at home. Now, Boston College, now that right there may be the trap game.
Yeah. I'm going to say this right here. Where Syracuse got to play Tennessee, right? And they playing in the Mercedes-Benz today. Syracuse going to, are they going to show all their cards today? Maybe. You know what I'm saying? So Georgia Tech going to have film on them. Clemson LSU today, right? Clemson probably going to have to show all their cards today. So they're going to have film on Clemson. That's the advantage Georgia Tech has of playing last night versus playing today. They can sit back and watch them games. Sit back and figure out what's really going on. You feel what I'm saying? That was an advantage to them. Because Clemson, would you? I'm messing up for y'all there. If you Clemson Syracuse head coach right now, would you rather open it up with Tennessee and LSU and possibility had to open up your playbook against them team?
One thing about it with Week 1, I'll play anybody.
Yeah.
In Week 1, look, you call me crazy. I'll line up and play the Philadelphia Eagles in Week 1. You know why? Because this game don't really count against you. The games you don't want to play is a tougher or a powerhouse. You don't want to have to play a conference opponent in Week 1. Now, if I could get a good opponent out of the Big 10 or a good opponent out of the Big 12 or a good opponent out of the All-American Conference or the ACC, any other opponent other than a conference opponent, then you playing with house money.
Yeah.
As long as you ain't getting blowed out by 4 or 5 touchdowns. Okay, but if you make it competitive the way Colorado did last night, they're gonna take a look at you and be like, hey, hey, we're gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Hey, they played a good game. They weren't favored. Georgia Tech was favored to win, and some people were saying the game was gonna be over with by halftime.
Yeah.
Vegas had Georgia Tech favored, so. Hey, but Colorado showed up and it took them. That close. Close. They had Georgia Tech on the ropes the entire game. That close.
But the good thing about it is that now Colorado knows where they are.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech knows where they are. So going into next week is nothing but up from there. And I'd rather, if I was a head coach or if I was a player, I'd rather lose early than lose late, because they could sometimes forget about that loss unless you got your back blown out.
Yeah. Exactly. And just like Clemson got their back blown out in week 1 by us. But where were they? Where were they in December? In the playoffs.
But I'm gonna say this right here.
Let's we ain't spoke to you new. Good morning, you new. Happy Saturday to you.
Hey, you new.
Good morning. Good morning. How are y'all? Hello, everybody in the chat. Welcome in. Welcome in.
Salute, 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 salute. Happy Labor Day weekend to you.
To you too.
Yeah.
To you too, y'all.
I'm gonna say this right here. With that, playing a team like Syracuse playing Tennessee, Clemson playing LSU, all these other playing Power 4 playing a Power 4 team in the first week, and the team loses that first week, guess what? Only thing they can hope that team that they lost to have a good run. Cause guess what? If that team they lost to in the first week don't have a good run the rest of the season, that loss gonna look bad.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Good morning.
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly. I mean, he was saying where we all.
Good morning.
We one don't really count. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't get blowed out.
You don't get blowed out. Even if you get beat by 1 point, that team that you lost to got to go on a run, bro. Got to go. Hey, that team. Look, we'll have seen where that week 1 loss had cost the team at the end of the season because they ain't do too good at the end of the season. See what I'm saying? So
not in the 12 game playoffs.
Not in 12 games. I don't think it ain't gonna cost them next year either. So
it definitely ain't gonna cost them next year. You can lose your first 2 games after starting next year. You can lose your first 2 games and still get in the playoffs and probably win a national title. Okay, you knew.
Respect to Dr. D. He don't came in here.
Salute to you, Dr. D. Dr. D.
Hello.
Back in the day.
Hello. How is everybody doing today? All right. So our first question is: keys to victory tonight for LSU. They're gonna win. That's what.
Yeah, but what area, nigga? This is your team, and I wanted you to take this one. Okay, I set this up perfectly for you.
Okay.
Okay, so you know what happened last year in the Bama game and in the Texas A&M game. We were here in the post game shows, and you voiced your opinion on where they needed to improve. So, what do you want to see them? What areas you want to see them improve at tonight in tonight's game versus last year?
All right. So first of all, no interceptions, damn it. No interceptions unless you are intercepting their game, okay? No interceptions. That's the first thing I need to tell you. No interceptions. Second of all, do not sleep on the other team. Wear their butts out. Do not let up. Wear them out. Do not go to sleep on that field. Wear them out. Period. That's what I say. What y'all think? Go ahead, Armando.
I agree with you. Limit the turnovers. That's what hurt them against A&M. That's definitely what hurt them against Bama, and that's what hurt them against USC. Turnovers. They can salute to you, Reggie Red. If they can limit the turnovers tonight, because man, it's going to be a hostile crowd. Nighttime, Death Valley. If they can play a turnover-free ball game, LSU could shock the world tonight. And no one really is picking them. Not too many people pick. Most of the people are picking Clemson to win this game. But man, if LSU go in there and pull this off tonight, it's going to be a whoo. The conversation is going to change in the SEC. Keys to victory tonight. I agree with you. New limit the turnovers. Do not beat yourself. You cannot play a team like Clemson and beat yourself. You can't do that. You can't.
Yeah, I'm adding another thing. Limit the turnovers, right? And another key thing is limit the penalties and stay ahead of the chains. Stay ahead of the chain and limit the penalty, limit the turnovers. If they do them 3 things right there, They'll win the ball game. They'll win the
Mhm.
ball game.
Yep.
Hey, 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 hey,
Hey,
hey, yo,
hey, whoa, okay.
hey, yo, suck that tiger. Beep. Hey, listen, my keys for LSU is this. Hey, I had to, what's that boy's name that's on Sports Center, the crazy one?
You crazy.
Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee. I had to do my Pat McAfee for a few minutes there. Hey, yo.
All
But anyways,
right.
hey, listen. Keys for victory for LSU, and it's probably just going to, and it's you going. I'm probably going to be redundant because it is the first game of the season. Play your game. Play how you practice all summer and spring long. Play your game. Don't try to do out my. Now, listen. You got a Death Valley, they got a Death Valley. So you know how to play in this environment. The young folks just follow the lead of the juniors and seniors, the upperclassmen, and do and play your assignments. That's all you have to do. First game of do your assignment. Don't try to do too much. Don't try to make a highlight reel. Just do your thing.
Absolutely. There were four great answers. Four great
Mm-hmm.
answers. If they can package everything in that we've said, and they'll come out of there with a victory tonight. Okay,
Yep.
now on the other side, keys to victory for Clemson tonight. Now, you know you don't have to answer this if you don't want to. I understand. You don't have to answer this if you don't want to.
I'm
Wait,
going
wait,
first.
wait. I got something to say. I got something to say. Keys to victory is lay down and let LSU take your behinds to work. Okay, let them take you to work.
You don't say that. I
Let
knew you
them
were gonna say that. Lay
let
down.
them take
Yeah,
you
but
to work. Okay, let them work your butts. That's what you do. That's your key.
But I would say this right here with Clemson, it's the same thing. It got the key to victory for all these teams that we're gonna say key to victory for them is that I'm gonna say is limited the turnovers, limit the penalties, and stay ahead of the chains.
yeah.
That's the first. Hey, that's the first three things that come to my mind with key to the game, especially for the first game of the year. Got to limit the nose.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it
Good
my
morning
turn?
to you, Agent Smith. Salute to you. Salute Timmy. Salute
Good
to you. Salute. Salute.
morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning,
Good
everybody.
morning.
Good
Welcome to the
morning.
broadcast,
Good
everybody.
morning.
Two two
Yes, good
five, girl.
morning.
Go dogs.
225. Sick 'em. Hey, is it my turn?
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay. Hey, listen, Clemson, you got a proven quarterback. This we talked about you all summer long. You've been talked about last season. You're a proven quarterback. Go do your thing. It's time for you to take that next step. That's it. All evolves around him. On that, they got a stout defense. It all evolves around him. Limited mistakes, and then show the world why you should be a Heisman contender. That's the keys to victory for Clemson. It lays right there on that quarterback. Hey, Dabo. Hey, sorry, bro. It's not about you this time. It's about your quarterback.
Tonight's game. By the time they kick off tonight, tonight's game is going to be for the Heisman. Sounds crazy? Here's why. Because you have a Heisman showdown in the 12 o'clock game, which I don't think either player is going to have a good game. I don't think Arch is going to have a good game against Ohio State's defense, and I don't think Jeremiah Smith is going to show out on that Texas secondary. So by the time Clemson and LSU kicks off, Nessmeyer, Klubnik, showdown for the Heisman. Because the Heisman voters are going to look back on this game tonight, and they're going to say, okay, so if it comes, because I think both players will be in New York. They'll be finalists. The keys to victory for Clemson: pressure, 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 pressure. Take a page out of South Carolina's book. Take a page out of Ole Miss's book. Take a page out of Bama's book. Pressure, pressure, pressure. You cannot play zone. You cannot sit back and let give Nesmire time to pick you apart. He has a quick release. He's hella accurate. You got to come after him. I mean, man, I know you don't want to show your hand on defense. You know, it's one thing to show your hand on offense in week 1, but on defense, you really don't want to show your hand. You got to show that hand tonight, because there's no other opponent other than Georgia Tech that poses a threat to Clemson moving forward. So this is like a de facto playoff game here tonight. And that LSU running game is going to be what it's going to be. All right. And if you're going to lose to LSU, don't let it be because of Nesmire. Don't let Nesmire beat you. Force John Emery Jr. Force someone else, one of those types. Force someone else other than Nesmire to beat you. That's the key to victory for Clemson tonight.
I think we all had the right mindset for Clemson keys to victory tonight. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, this is the first game of the year, and we know everybody heard. I know you do see her son play football. We get tired of hitting each other at practice for the first game, so we know we're gonna be first game jitters. So it's gonna be good.
Okay. All right, you knew. Next question.
All righty. Who has a better game tonight? Klubeck? Who's that? How do you say his name? Nesmire. Klubnik. Okay, sorry. Klubnik or Nesmire. Nesmire. Go ahead, Armando.
You don't want this. This should be easy for you. You don't have any faith in your guy, Nesmire?
I do. I already said they're gonna win. What are you talking about?
You were listening to what I just
doing
said.
Something. No, I was actually doing something. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was doing something.
Okay.
My bad. Okay. But yeah, Nesmire, y'all got this. Y'all got this. That's all I gotta say. They got this. They're gonna wear their behinds out. That's all I gotta say. That's it. Go ahead, Armando.
It's like this. If LSU wins, it'll be because of Nesmire. If they lose, it'll be because of something else. It won't be because of Nesmire. If Clemson loses it, I think it will be because of Klubnik having a bad game. So I'm gonna say Nesmire has the better game. Kind of sort of what he had against our Georgia Bulldogs 3 years ago in the SEC championship game. Even though we beat them down, we dropped almost 60 points on them. But Nesmire had almost 400 yards of total offense in that game. So I think Nesmire have the better game.
I'm going to go say Nesmire. I'll tell you why I'm going to say Nesmire. I think LSU going to get that running game going, and there's going to be too much concentrated on trying to stop LSU run. And they're going to open up the whole game for Nesmire to do his passing. So, Sniper?
I'm going the opposite direction from y'all. I think that Klubnik, because he's out of the two quarterbacks, he's proven. And I think he improves this year. So I'm going to say Klubnik because, again, once he gets rolling, beginning of the season, Klubnik was doing his thing. So I think it's going to be Klubnik.
No, it's not. It's going to be Nesmire.
Hey, listen, hey, listen, hold on there, LSU Tiger. We've given our parents, don't you dare round me.
She did. No, she did. She threw the claws out.
Okay. Okay. You knew next question. Time moving fast, man. I didn't realize it was 11:33. But
yeah.
That's because you came on late. That's why. Don't you blame it on the time. Blame it on you.
Well, Labor Day weekend. Yesterday we had a long night last night.
You late. All right. Just face it. You just late. All right. Keys to victory for Notre Dame today. Do your thing. do your best. That's all I got to say. Because LSU is going to wear all y'all out. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Go ahead, Armando. I'm sorry, D-Truth.
With Notre Dame, key to victory, like I said, he's going to be the key to victory for all of them. We got to see where they're working with and limit the turnovers. Special team got to step up. Coach's decision got to be on point. Cut down on the penalties. Hey, like I said, that's just about all the key to their victory today. Limit the turnovers, limit the penalties, and do what
I
you
agree.
and do what you got to. And coach got to call the right plays, and players got to make the right plays on defense and offense.
I agree. All right. Go ahead, Snipey.
Snipey.
So, hey, listen, Notre Dame, begin where you ended last year. Keep that momentum going. Yeah, you had a tough time in the championship, but guess what? Continue doing what you're doing. You're on the right path, Coach. You got to make the right plays. And when you see your team, hey, use your timeouts. Use your timeouts if you have to. But again,
You're gonna need them. Just kidding.
hey, there goes that buffet line. We starting early. She's jumping in front of the buffet line. Hey, but at the end of the day, hey, Notre Dame, do what you got to do and start off where you finished last year. I think that's going to be. They got great momentum going.
Keys to victory: run the damn ball. Just run the damn ball. Do what Auburn did to Baylor last night. Line up and run the ball, because I don't really think Miami can stop the run. I don't think Miami's defense can stop that run. I don't think everybody's talking about the Miami's offense because they don't want to talk about their defense. Their defense is still suspect. I think they're still suspect on the D line from what I'm hearing coming out of camp. Not much improvement on that D line. So Love should have a good night tomorrow night against that Miami defensive front, and put pressure on Carson Beck. That simple. Blitz him. Put pressure on him, because he cannot handle pressure. He can't. He's very talented. He has a cannon for an arm, but he's not mobile. We all know he's not mobile, and he cannot handle pressure. I would dial up blitzes on him all night tomorrow night.
225 girl put that right in the chat too. He said, "Run the ball, put pressure on Carson. He's not a mobile quarterback." Hey.
Exactly. You know him. Look, who knows you better than your former team?
Yeah.
All right. Keys to victory for Miami today. Snipey. Rare. Go ahead.
It was my mistake. It's Sunday. It's a Sunday night game.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tomorrow.
First and foremost, everybody to the chat, my name is Sniper, not Snipey. So if anybody calls me Snipey again, hey, listen, Miami.
Go ahead, Snipey.
Your defense have to control the game. That's going to be you're going to have to control this game. Defense, you're going to have to win this game, because as it was mentioned before, you have a quarterback that it could be proven, be in a proven state, but guess what? At the end of the day, if he get pressure, he gonna throw interceptions. He's gonna throw balls that you shake your head about. But at the end of the day, your defense got to control short field, get them in long distances, bro. And so the key to victory for Miami is going to be their defense.
Well, I'm going to say this: the key to victory for Miami is going to be that O-line. Going to be that O-line. Can they keep the pressure off of Carson Beck? Can they get the running game going? It's going to be that offensive line going to be the key to victory for Miami today? How good is that offensive line?
I agree with you on that, D Truth. That O-line that's number one. How well that Miami O-line, that Hurricanes O-line can hold off that Notre Dame defensive front. Second key, I'm going to throw in. If they are successful in holding off that line, I would go up tempo. It's hot down there. It's going to be hot down there. Okay, tomorrow night. Hey, look, man, I'm putting the Notre Dame players. They haven't experienced that kind of heat. What they're going to experience tomorrow night. Make them feel it. I would go up tempo, up tempo, up tempo. That's one thing Carson Beck, when he's in a rhythm, when you go up tempo, he's the most dangerous when you do that. Go up tempo, up tempo, up tempo, pass, 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 pass. Up tempo, wear them out in the first half. So where they'll have nothing left. When they come out that tunnel in the second half, have half of the team with thoughts in their head. Oh man, I don't want to go out of this tunnel at the second half. I don't want to walk out of that tunnel second. That's what you want to do. Wear them out. Wear them down. Use that heat and that humidity to your advantage. Up tempo, up tempo, up tempo. But the first things first, that old line got to protect Carson Beck. That's the main key right there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget your Gatorade.
Powerade. That you down in South Beach, Florida. You need Powerade.
Okay, Powerade, Gatorade, what a aid. You need aid, period.
Hey, listen, and you need some electrolytes. You're going to definitely need some electrolytes.
Yes, electrolytes, exactly. All right, who needs a victory in today's game more? Is it Kalen or, Kalen DeBoer, excuse me about that, or Mike Norvell? Go ahead, Armando.
Kalen DeBoer. Because here's the thing, Florida State fans, they are content with 9-3, 8-4, because they were so terrible last year. Any positive, they'll be happy about, because they'll look at it and be like, okay, we're improving, we're not back yet. But Bama fans, they still think it's 2015. Shout out Kangaroo Black. They still think it's 2015. They're still running their mouths like they're a dynasty. And that dynasty ended in 2020 with your last national title during a pandemic year. It wasn't a regular season. It was a pandemic year. They haven't won nothing. No, you won a SEC title. Congratulations on that. But you ain't won no national title this decade. All right, so Kalen DeBoer needs this, because the fans they're gonna gripe, they're gonna moan and groan. You already got Paul Feinbaum talking about they should reach out to Deion Sanders. you already got. That's how bandwagon and wishy-washy and flippity that these Bama fans are. When you win and they love you, but if you lose a couple, and they did this to Nick Saban. Did this to Nick Saban. I remember 10 years ago when Bama lost to Ole Miss, Bama fans were calling in to Paul Feinbaum. Oh, he ain't got it no more. He need to retire. The most entitled, insensitive fan base in America. Them tired fans. And I'm telling you, if he lose, or if he ain't got to lose, win the game by a field goal, or win it by a touchdown, or less than 10 points, and see what those all of those weirdo tired fans call in and say on the Paul Feinbaum show. Legend and all of them, they're gonna light you up. They're gonna light them up.
Yeah, and
that last time we seen Florida State, Kangaroo Black, if you watching, the last time we seen this team, we dropped 63 points on them. And that team was hell of a lot better than what you're going to be lining up against today at 3:30. So if you are as good as you claim your team is, the team you claiming that's going to go 12-0, then they should at least drop 45 points on them today. 45 points, nothing less for that damn 5 points.
I'm gonna say this right here. Kalen the boy needs this victory. Kalen the boy needs this victory. Because right now, we can say Florida State is rebuilding, bringing other players in with a new offensive coordinator. You feel what I'm saying? So, Caleb Boyd need this because he's gonna set up for the rest of the season. Let me see. Hold on. I want to see something right quick. Who do they have?
You say Caleb the boy. We'll go with that, bro. We push it for time.
Yeah.
Sniper.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna go the opposite direction. I'm gonna say Mike Novell, and the reason why I say that is because everybody's looking at him. It's like, okay, you had a great season that one year until your quarterback got hurt. Then last year you dumped it. So what you gonna do this year? What is going on this year? I understand everybody wants DeBoer to be the savior of Alabama. That's not going to happen. I said that many times before. That's not going to happen. He's not going to be the step in. But Mike Novell, I think you're on a hot seat, my boy. You're going to be in a hot seat in the middle. If you don't win this game to show that you can beat a proven opponent, you're going to be on a hot seat.
Well, he been on the hot seat. The problem is Florida State don't want to pay top dollar money for an elite head coach. That's why that's why I'm saying there ain't really that much heat on him, because there's no big name coach is going to come out of retirement, or no big name coach is going to leave another school to go to Florida State. They're not they're not Bama. They're not Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? But Bama, Kalen DeBoer is the head coach of a big brand. The most anxious, ungrateful fan base, in my opinion. They look, man. I've seen these people talk crap about Nick Saban, and talk crap about, back in 2023 when they lost to Texas. They were calling in saying he needs to retire. We need Deion Sanders. And you got Bama fans right now to this day still talking about they want to go get Deion. That they want to get DeBoer out the way and go get Deion. That's why I say the pressure. Florida State fans ain't throwing Norvell under the bus like that. They're not. The Florida State, from what I'm seeing in these Florida State, they're not doing that to Norvell. But the Bama fans, man, you would think DeBoer went 5-7 last year.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Next question.
And it's almost 12 o'clock,
right,
y'all, so we got to move this quick.
Okay.
You stop jumping over the buffet too. All right. Keys to victory for Texas today. Detroit.
Like I said, it's gonna be the offensive line. Can they keep Arch Manning upright and let him do what he got to do? That'll be the offensive line. And can Arch Manning limit the turnovers?
Arch Manning, don't be a hero. Don't try to be a hero today. Be a game manager. You got CJ Baxter. You got your bell cow back. Put them to work. Put them to work today. CJ Baxter, Wisner, 10 yards in a cloud of dust, just like Auburn did last night. That's what you do. Beat them on the ground. Wars are fought in the air, but they're eventually won on the ground.
Yep. Sniper.
Mr. Manning, I hate to say this because I don't, as a player, you're a good kid, but as a player, I don't think you all the hype. You got to show these people why you are a Heisman candidate as of day one. You're gonna have to be it. The defense got you. The defense got your back. Okay, well, the defense got your back. I looked over. The defense got your back. Are you that guy to be the key of the victories today? Because everybody talked you up. Now you got to show if you're gonna be that. If you're gonna be that guy to be the keys of victory. So, Mr. Manning, I hope you are who they say you are. Can't stand that kid.
Okay, Dennis Green.
They are who we thought they were.
Okay, you knew. I'm glad we got them on out the way because they are about to kick off real soon.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Keys to victory for Ohio State today. Snipey.
Hey, y'all won the national championship last year. That was last year. Can you be as good as you are as you were last year? So the keys of victory is y'all keep y'all game plan and y'all do what y'all did last year and make it work. That's the only thing I can say about. Don't start off slow. You got to start off quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this: Ohio State. You got new players, and Ryan Day. Your only hiccup is Michigan. You usually beat teams that you're supposed to beat. You usually beat the teams that come in front of you. You at home. Get the home crowd into it. Make it noisy. Make it loud. And let your offense do what they got to do.
All right, Armando. What you got?
Happy Saturday to you, Sirius S. Virgo. Salute to
Hello,
you.
hello.
Happy Labor Day weekend to everyone that's chiming in. Salute.
Hello.
Victory for I agree with 225 girl. It's in reverse. This was advice to her from her to Texas. Don't get into a shootout. Where if you Ohio State, you want this to be a shootout. You want to score early and often as possible, and you can't line up against this Texas team playing small ball. You got to go after that secondary. I think if they have any weakness, it will be that secondary because you're not going to line up and run on them. You don't have Juergens. You don't have Trayvon Henderson anymore. They're gone. They're not walking through that tunnel today. So home run. You got to go for the home run. You got to swing for the fences today. That's the only way you're going to beat this Texas team.
Okay, that's everybody.
Next question.
Then we got to get to the game picks.
All right. Which head coach needs victory in today's game more? Day or Sarkisian? I hope I said his name right.
Sarkisian.
I already messed his name up. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Armando.
Sarkisian.
Stop taking my job, D-Truth. Go ahead.
The time is now. You've been knocking on the door. You haven't really won a big game. You haven't won a big game. Clemson, congratulations. You won that one. Arizona State, it shouldn't even have took darn near overtime for you to win that game. But Sarkisian, the body of work, the only big game you won was that night in Tuscaloosa in 2023, and that was a regular season game. It was meaningless. I'm talking about a big game on a big stage. This is the one you need today.
I gotta go with Stark. He needed, and it kind of Ryan Day really don't need it because he got other big games on his schedule. And if this was the Michigan game, I would say Ryan Day would need it. But right now, Stark need this win.
Mm-hmm.
Pistol, get off the toilet. Mr. Sarkisian, Pistol, get off the toilet. Hey, you've been in the hunt for a couple of years now. Okay, it's time for you to do. Hey, you either do it Or hey, you never gonna be that coach that Saban raised that never mean nothing to didn't do anything. So hey, Mr. Sarkeesian, you are on. You need that win today.
Mm-hmm. You don't need, yeah.
Hey,
You need
Bronze,
it.
how are you? Hey, Bronze, how you doing? How you doing?
All
How
right,
you
right
doing?
on time.
All
Time for
right.
the game
Predictions.
predictions.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
boy.
Before you say that, hey, I'm gonna let everybody else on the panel know. He already, Mondo already said he gonna be the lead horse, lead dog after the whole season.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. But
That's what his mouth.
let's start.
That's what his mouth say. That's what his mouth say. Go ahead.
I'm
Oh,
picking. I'm picking with my mind, not my heart, in 2025. But we're gonna
I'm
start with
picking.
the main
I'm
event.
picking the right. I'm picking the right team without colors. Okay, we're not doing colors this year. Okay, stop playing with me with that.
Cap,
Okay. The
cap, cap,
we,
cap,
we,
cap.
we're gonna start off. We're gonna start off with the main event today. The main event of the day. Texas and Ohio State, a rematch of the college football semifinals last year.
All right.
Of this year. I'm sorry. The rematch of the Cotton Bowl. We all know how that turned out. What happens tonight? You knew. We're gonna start with you knew. Who do you got in this one?
Texas.
Okay,
all
D
right.
True.
I'm going Texas.
All right, Sniper.
Give me that O, give me that S, give me that U. I don't think Manning got it, so we going with OSU.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh, they're gonna lose.
Let me look at my blinds and see if it's snowing down here in Atlanta, Georgia today on August the 30th. Sniper is rooting for Ohio State
Yeah,
of all
yeah,
teams. The
yeah.
team that he hated the most last year.
Hey, wait, hey, don't get it twisted now. I still hate Ohio State, but I think I'm beginning to hate Texas more.
Okay. I think Texas too much talent. They just got too much. Ohio State lost too much. They lost both of their coordinators, their DC and their OC. Uh, Texas, man, I think that I got Texas winning this one, but it won't be because of Arch Manning. It will be because of that ground game.
Yeah. All right.
So we're gonna go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. We wanted to get that game out the way first, ladies and gentlemen, because they're about to kick off
Uh,
real soon.
Tennessee and Syracuse about to kick off too.
Mm-hmm.
4 minutes.
Uh,
4 minutes, y'all. 4 minutes.
Tennessee and Syracuse. Okay, so I don't know why they. Tennessee, Syracuse, Tennessee, Syracuse, Tennessee, Syracuse, Tennessee, Syracuse. Oh, this is what we'll do. Okay, all right, there it is. I was about to say, let's just pick the game. We ain't gotta have it.
Yeah.
Tennessee and Syracuse. Who you got? You knew.
I'm going with Tennessee.
Okay, good
I'm
pick.
going with
Good
Tennessee.
pick.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going Tennessee. I'm going Tennessee because it's in the Mercedes Benz. But if it was in Carolina, I would go with Syracuse. I'm going with Tennessee.
All right, Sniper.
Give me Syracuse.
He's trying to be different. You know you want Tennessee. Stop playing.
You sit over there, eat your chicken from the buffet line, and let me pick what I want to pick to eat. Okay?
I'm,
Mondo.
I'm gonna roll with Tennessee, but I can understand why Sniper is picking Syracuse because remember Fran Brown is ATL, so he's
All
gonna
day
have a lot of
long.
family and friends there. He's gonna have a lot of family and friends there in that dome, so he's gonna be motivated to have this team
Mhm.
motivated. So he's coming back home to play this game. But I'm going with Tennessee.
And also remember, they don't got their little quarterback. Tennessee don't.
Yeah,
They got a
no
fresh new
Nico.
quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Syracuse don't have Kyle McCord either. So it's even Steven.
Okay.
All right, you knew. Florida
1
State.
minute, y'all.
Bama.
1 minute.
No,
Okay,
we done got
Florida.
past the 12 noon games. Florida
Oh,
State,
okay.
Bama.
Florida State and Bama. Florida.
She going FSU.
Ooh-wee. Them
That's a.
injuries. Them injuries.
But I'm gonna say this right here. But
I still have faith for them.
but
Go ahead.
I do not. Although I want to go with Florida State, but I cannot go with Florida State because the new offense Gus put in there, and I don't think the players they got is ready to run that offense. I gotta go with Bama.
Snipe.
Sweet home
Hey.
Alabama. Go ahead.
Florida State. Florida State.
All right, okay, but but you going bold today. At first I had Bama winning this going away, but I think because of the injuries and the new younger players are going to be thrown into the fire today. I still got Bama winning, but it's going to be closer than the experts think.
All right. Mm-hmm.
We already did that one.
Mm-hmm.
We already did that one. All right, tomorrow night's game, boy. This is gonna be a good one right here.
I'm gonna go with Notre Dame. I'm going to jump out there. I'm gonna go with Notre Dame. I don't think they're gonna put pressure on Carson Beck, and we know how Carson Beck is when he's under pressure. I gotta go Notre Dame.
You knew?
I'll go with you. Notre Dame. I'll just go with that one.
You going with Notre Dame?
I'll go with Notre Dame.
Snipe?
Does Notre Dame got the same talent from last year? Yes, they do. I'm going with the Irish, and if I had my shirt on, I would definitely do the Irish dance.
The river dance.
Nike, stop it. Get out them skirts. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Notre Dame is just too much up front. They're too much in the trenches. It is. Jeremiah Love is gonna have a good game tomorrow night. A good game tomorrow night on the ground. So I say 100+ yards for Jeremiah Love and Notre Dame for the victory. Too strong in the trenches.
Okay.
We all agreed on that game.
Yes, we did. First time in a long time. All right.
LSU
and Clemson.
Yep.
I'm first because LSU's got this. LSU, go ahead, LSU. You got this.
This is I want to go second because her Tiger sounds like an old Ford truck trying to start up. I'm giving it to.
You get on my nerve. You get on my nerve.
Hey, I would say it like this. It depends what quarterback shows up, but I'm gonna go with the most experienced. I'm sorry, you knew. Give me those Tigers.
Which one?
LSU.
Oh yeah, you know what I thought about? Give me the right color Tigers, not the purple ones. Give me the orange Tigers.
Both of them got a lot of experience coming back. Both of them have a lot of upperclassmen returning.
Mm-hmm. But he went with Clemson.
I went with Clemson. Give me the.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go with LSU because I think I trust Nesmar more than Klubnik. And because I think LSU gonna have a better running game in this game.
Okay, I've been going back and forth on this game. I've been going back and forth on this game, and I finally come to a decision. And I think, like I said, I think Nesmire is going to have the better game. I think LSU is going to have a damn good season this year, and I'm picking them to make the playoffs. But when it comes to this game, however, in the words of Vincent Turner, when it comes to this game, on this big stage, they just have one flaw. And it ain't out there on the football field, you knew. It ain't nobody on the team. It's the person on the sideline. That man is another James Franklin and a Steve Sarkisian. Has not won a signature game yet. And I just don't trust Brian Kelly yet in these kind of games. And we know Dabo has won on the big stage. He has won the big games like this when the bright lights on. We know what Dabo can do. So that's what it comes down. My decision, what it comes down to. Now, with that being said, LSU can lose this one and still go on and win the SEC or go 11-1 or maybe even win a national title. They have that kind of talent. But tonight, it's just something about Brian Kelly in these season openers. But maybe they can exercise their demons like Auburn did last night. Could be wrong.
So you taking Clemson?
I gotta go. Man. I started. I didn't even put this guy. I didn't want to pick it, but man, yeah, I just in these kind of games, I trust Dabo more than I trust Brian Kelly. I'm sorry.
Hey. Draw the sword, live by the sword. Let's go. Pick a team. Let's go.
I got Clemson close. It's I think by a field goal or something. It's something crazy is going to happen at the end, and Clemson's going to win by that much. Salute to you, Sikkim.
Okay, we got another game we got to pick.
That's not it. We can go into some panel questions. You know, we don't pick the games. We can go into some panel questions.
Besides the highlight games that we just highlighted, what game are you most excited to watch?
LSU.
Shut your mouth.
The group of five
might be all set up.
The group of five is wide open this year after what Boise State getting mollywopped Thursday night by South Florida. The group of five is wide open. I want to see what happens up there in Lexington today. Yeah, they're kicking off here real soon. I want to see is Toledo for real. Because Toledo, I'm hearing a lot of hype coming out of the Glass City about this Toledo team. So I want to, if they can take this Kentucky team to 4 quarters or maybe even shock them and sneak up on them, that's the one game that I'm curious about. Toledo, because that group of five is wide open, man. It is wide open.
Yeah, and AJ Smith did his picks along with us too. He took Ohio State, Tennessee, Bama, Notre Dame, and LSU. Tam took Clemson and Notre Dame. I don't know the other 3 picks he took. So you know our artists gonna do they picks too. So we gotta throw them in the mix. So, but I'm looking forward to see what Nevada does, and I'm looking forward to see how Ole Miss this first game with Ole Miss against Georgia State, which should be a blowout. Should be.
Yo, man, hey, I'm telling you, man, them Sun Belt teams and Conference USA teams, man, after what happened last night in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, would almost happen.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on those teams.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking to see what the Power 4 team does against these inferior team that they're playing. And they got them at home. And like I said, all they got to do keep the Nevada, these other teams, Georgia State, all they do keep the game close, keep the pressure on them.
Mm-hmm.
Signal said, "Where Alpha Buckeye at?"
Man, somewhere nervous about that game. Somewhere nervous. Somewhere pacing the floor about they get his Buckeyes kicking off right now. Sniper, this question for you, man. What are you looking for in today's game with Marshall? They kick off at 3:30 today. What are you looking for your Georgia Bulldogs improvement in areas that they can improve on from 2024?
My first improvement is quarterback play. I want to see. I think that both quarterbacks is going to get a chance to play today. My second thing is I want to see tackling. That's what we really screwed up a lot of games last year. Is the tackling. And then the second thing is Mike Bobo. Is he going to be dumping off screens every 5 minutes, or is he got a quarterback that he can toss the ball down the field, short yards, medium yards, or long yards? But my main thing I want to see is tackling. What about your Bulldogs? What you got?
The O-line. That's my biggest word. The O-line. Is that O-line as good as is being advertised? I'm hearing a lot coming out of Athens about how good this O-line is and the potentials of that O-line. I want to see it on the field. I want to see it translate on the field. So, and the running game definitely needs to improve. I want to see what that running game is going to do. I'm confident that the receivers will improve. That secondary will be the strongest part of that defense. But I want to see the D line and the O line, the trenches. It's the trenches for me. Are we as good as advertised in the trenches? Yep. So that right there. Besides that, now what team do you think will make the biggest impact today? Out of all the teams that we talked about, which team makes the biggest impact today?
I'm gonna go ahead, Sniper.
I'm gonna say, God help me. I'm gonna say Florida. I would say Florida State. I think Florida State got a lot to prove, especially playing Alabama the first game of the season. I think they got a lot to prove again. Like I said, in previous years, they had a good team, dropped off. Now they got back. They're talking about they have a team that can make some noise, especially in the ACC. So I'm sticking with Florida State.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go on a limb and say Texas, because we seen what Archman did last year, but what he gonna do in this big road game? What is he gonna do for the rest of the season? Is he the man at Texas? Can he stay the man at Texas? Will he falter? Because now he's a starting quarterback. You know what Peyton Manning did at Tennessee when he was a starting quarterback. We seen what Eli did at Ole Miss when he was a starting quarterback. Will he gonna be trying to do too much? That's what I want to see right there. That's what Arch really gonna do.
He ain't gonna do nothing.
Oh yeah. Since everybody see that last night. Since everybody see that last night.
That's that rookie throwback, bro. That's that rookie
Since,
throwback.
yeah, since everybody see that last night, so had to show it again. Y'all ain't gonna see it again till till NBA season come back around.
This is my thing about Manning, and I'm gonna take it from one of the commentators. If Manning was that good, how come he did not take the starting position last year? If Manning was that good, then why when Ears got hurt, he didn't keep the position last year? This is something that I have concern when it comes to Manning. So that's the reason why I say he's not there yet, and I don't know why they're giving him so much help.
But yeah, that it is what it is.
That is a valid question. That's what a lot of people, a lot of his critics, or Sarkeesian critics, and a lot of people outside the Texas fan base, they're asking that question. If Arch Manning was all of that, then why? Because Ewers was having a terrible game against Georgia in that first half, and when Sarkeesian pulled Ewers and put Arch Manning in, Arch Manning got sacked a couple of times. Why, after halftime, Sarkeesian went back to Ewers? You know, why he didn't do like Nick Saban did when he handed the keys over to Tua, he never took them back. So
Yeah,
that's a valid question. That is why I made my pick the way I did. I said, hey, I think Texas is gonna win, but I don't think Arch Manning will be the reason. Texas will have a great season this year, but it won't be because, you know, you won't be able to say, well, Arch Manning led the Texas Longhorns to an SEC championship, or Arch Manning led the Texas, like we were talking about Vince Young back in 2005. It won't be a situation like that. It will be kind of like what Ohio State did last year, a team effort. It was just, the team was just loaded.
yeah.
And this team is loaded. This Texas team is loaded. And I think the team is as good as advertised. And I don't think, you know, like with the media, you got to realize the media needs a poster child.
Mm.
You know, they searching for a new face of college football, and Arch Manning has been anointed that. But
Baby face.
yeah, I think eventually the winner of the LSU Clemson game tonight will become the new face of college football, along with Jeremiah Smith. No matter what happens in today's game, Jeremiah Smith will definitely be on the Mount Rushmore of this 2025 college football season.
Yeah. And before we get out of here, our Automata High School Automata, they won last night. Y'all beat Beulah 37-7. Y'all beat the mess out of them folks. And Valley beat Smith Station 37-21.
And hey, congrats to your alma mater. Now, I hope I'm not stepping on your toes, Armando, but we got to give credit what credit is due. Go ahead and do it, bro. I'll let you do it, bro. And I'm going to come back up, but come behind you.
Credit to who?
Mr. Coach Lee Corso.
Oh, yes. Today was the end of an era. Lee Corso's last game day. We all grew up watching this man on game day put on headgears, and this was it. This morning was his last game day. I don't know who he chose as far as his headgear, because I have our podcast on the big screen.
Yeah,
but
I don't know either.
Man, that right there ranks up there with losing John Madden retired, that ranks up there with when Keith Jackson retired. And Keith Jackson the last game he called was his best game, was the best game, in my opinion, one of the greatest games in college football history in my lifetime. That USC Texas Rose Bowl game. Keith Jackson called his last game was one of the best games ever.
I just want to say, Cusso put on Ohio State, put the Buckeye headgear.
Yeah. You know he got a soft spot for Ohio State anyway.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm not surprised at that. A lot of people are picking the Buckeyes.
Yeah.
Based on the simple fact that they feel the same way Sniper feels. They don't feel that Arch Manning is who we think he is. They don't believe that he can live up to the hype. But what a lot of people don't realize is Texas got some dudes on that team. They got a squad, man.
Yeah.
They can win regardless. They're that good. And I really do believe that they're going to have a good season, but it won't be because they were led by Arch Manning. I think Arch Manning, the role he's going to play this year is more of a game manager, and the role that he needs to play today is more of a game manager.
Hey, Coach Lee Corso, man, it is a pleasure watching you throughout my childhood, adolescent years, all the way up. I got up every Saturday morning just to watch you every Saturday for the last 30 some odd years. You always be a legend in my book. And that's not we're not even talking about when you coached the game and when you played the game. But hey, it's sad to see you leave. I understand, health issues. You're getting up there in age. It was time for you. It's time for you to do but you went left out on the bang, bro. Left out with a bang, bro. And nobody can ever replace you. I don't care who replaces you. It would not be the same. And my last words is not so fast, my friend.
I agree with you. No one can ever replace Lee Corso. But moving forward, if you were the game day producers, how would you do the headgear? Do you just get rid of it, or would you keep it and tweak it a different way? How would you do it to make it fun for the audience?
What I would do? I would get rid of it because I would let it go with him, retire with him, because that was his thing. Nobody else could do it for him. So I will definitely, but I will move McPhee over and let him just act a fool for the last, 2 minutes of the game day. Pick somebody else to come up there, somebody who has knowledge of the game, and then because McPhee already acts a fool without the headgear. So imagine him picking the game and getting the crowd into it. He gets the people into it. Sometimes he's a little overboard. But I would definitely get rid of it and let McPhee take over and do his twist to it.
The only thing about Pat McAfee, in my opinion, man, he's a little bit of a loose cannon. And I can see a situation where I could see him in the future saying something reckless that will get him kicked off or fired or something. He's reckless like that. I mean, the man has one of the top podcasts in the business. Okay, so he's set anyway. He's set. He's gonna make money anyway, regardless. But as far as Pat McAfee would be more suited for the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a grown man's league. College football is more pure. You got young men, you got a younger crowd, you got you got more of a Bible belt fan base watching. So some things that you say you can't really get away with, on a college football broadcast than versus the NFL broadcast. So I don't think Pat McAfee is that guy that can replace Lee Corso.
Sorry, I
Well,
had an emergency phone call, you guys. Sorry about that. Sorry,
Go ahead.
everybody.
But don't you think that I agree with you. He's a loose cannon. But don't you agree that he does bring excitement to the game when whenever stadium he's in, he knows their chant, regardless of what team it is.
Sometimes, man. Sometimes it's funny and it's fun, and sometimes, man, it's just a little too much. It's a little overkill. You got to realize, man, you got a lot of more conservative crowd that watches college football. So they don't want to see the extra antics. They don't want to see all of that gestures about, like he was calling it. I think South Carolina was playing somebody. He kept saying cock, cock, cock. I mean, they don't want to hear that. Bible Belt folks and conservative folks, they don't want to hear that, man. So, he's a loose cannon. He's okay sometimes, but he just, he ain't Corso. Corso did his thing. He went off the rails a couple of times, but he was tasteful with it. He didn't go too far. He wasn't reckless with it.
But
I agree.
But I'm gonna say this right here: no matter who, whatever they do, they're gonna be the same, right? And we don't see some commentators say some of college football. Yeah, although the conservatives, yeah, we can say that, right? But if they ain't heard some of the stuff people say, and they can't get over it and do what they got to do, guess what? They need to move on. Cause if somebody says something out the wall and gets the fans excited, then college students really don't care. It's the grown conservative that care. If we gonna take something off the wall to get that fan base, that college fan base, whatever they at, excited, ready for that game, guess what? Oh well. Because we were seeing on ESPN where people went all base and said something off the wall, and they still kept the person.
That's NFL. I mean, they do it all the time on First Take. So NBA, yeah, they go off the rails and do all kinds of wacky stuff, because you talking about grown men and grown women. WNBA too. They went off the rails, but when it comes to college football, man, that's more of a pure sport. I hear what you're saying. We got the NIL and the transfer portal and everything, and the college football playoffs. It is evolved, but it's still a pure sport, and it was originated from the Bible Belt and conservative, and it was y'all know college football, man, was more originated and designed to be a pure sport.
Yeah. But guess what? If they don't like the South Carolina Gamecocks, they need to tell South Carolina to change their mascot. You see what I'm saying?
That ain't gonna happen, bro. But
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there.
It's a history. It's a history behind that name. That's why they'll never change it. It's a history behind that name.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cause you know how we know what he be talking about when he said just not put the game in front of the cop. We know what he's talking about. But some people got that mindset like, oh, he said, no, we talking about the team. You see what I'm saying? So I understand what you're talking about, but at the same time, it all depends what the person that conservative mindset is. But hey, I'm ready for some football today, bro. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh, yeah. But to answer your question, Sniper, I would not get rid of the headgear. What I would do is I would bring on the celebrity guests that you bring on, have them to put the headgear on instead. That's how I would do it. And I think that right there would make it more fun. And it won't. But name that segment after Lee Corso. That way you're paying tribute to him from here on out. Yeah. Name it after him. Name that segment after him. Okay, it's time for the Lee Corso picks. And we're going to bring in a celebrity guest, Taylor Swift. Celebrity guest, Quavo. I'm saying,
But the only thing about that is, and I like it, but the only thing about that is that you pull somebody like the Rock Johnson, or you pull and Miami has the premier game that night. We already know who headgear he gonna put on. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what I'm saying. You got to do it differently moving forward. Bring in a random celebrity guest that has no ties, no emotional ties to either team that's playing. But make sure that celebrity guest picker is a college football fan. You know, it can't be somebody that don't know nothing about what the hell's going on. It got to be somebody that watches college football, that's familiar with, you know, what's going on in college football.
But
it ain't necessarily got to be rappers and musicians all the time. It could be movie stars. It could be politicians. You could bring Ivanka in one Saturday and let her. I'm serious, man. I would bring in a boxer. Bring in Terrence Crawford or Canelo, man. Bronny. Bring in a NASCAR driver. But
the problem is with that is they already got a guest picker coming on. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. You keep the guest picker, but instead of bringing the guest picker that's a fan of the team, of the home team, like how they normally do, like when Georgia have a home game, they'll bring in Goldberg. Instead of doing it that way, you bring in a random picker that has no ties to either team that's headlining today's game. Like, okay, say like Texas and Ohio State. Okay, I'm not bringing in Drew Carey. Okay, because you know Drew Carey is Mr. Ohio. I'm not bringing him in, and I'm not bringing in Matthew McConaughey. You know he loves Texas. I'm thinking out of the cups. I'm bringing in. I'm bringing in what's Nelly's wife, Ashanti. I'm bringing in Ashanti. Or I'm bringing in Fat Joe. Or I'm bringing in Jamie Foxx or Chris Rock. Just a random entertainer or celebrity that's gonna come in and make a pick, but he has no emotional ties. He or she, they have no emotional ties to either team, and have them to put the headgear on.
Well, I'm going to let y'all know this right here. Texas and Ohio State is 0-0, and I can't believe Ohio State went for it on fourth down.
They got to swing for the fences. I said that. I can believe that they went for it. They got to swing for the fences. Texas needs to play the long game. They need to play the long game, kind of like what Auburn did to Baylor in the second half last night's game. Texas played a long game. Don't go out there trying to turn Arch Manning into Peyton. Let him be Arch, a game manager. 10 clouds of dust.
Yeah. And let me see. And right now, Arch is 2 for 3 for 34 for what I don't see money 9 yards passing, right? And they running the ball, 8 rushes. They rushed the ball 8 times for 34 yards. So they got so Texas got a balanced attack right now.
That's what you want. That's Texas ball. That's Steve Sarkisian style of coaching. Balanced attack.
Yeah.
Because if you look at that year that Sarkisian was the coordinator when Bama won the national title, Mac Jones was not the superstar. Najee Harris was not the superstar. It was a balanced attack style of team. That Bama, you didn't really have one person that stood out above everybody else. The only reason why, and this ain't no knock on the young man, but the only reason why Devontae Smith won the Heisman is for two reasons. He was on a loaded team, the best team, and Jalen Waddle went down with an injury early in the season. If Jalen Waddle wouldn't have went down with an injury early in the season, I think Justin Fields would have won the Heisman instead. Justin Fields would have won the Heisman that year.
Yeah, Texas just punted. Yeah, yeah. I said Texas just punted the ball back to Ohio State. This Ohio State second possession of the ball or the ball game. So
whoever flinches first, that's what it's gonna come down to. Whoever has the first hiccup.
Well, fellas, I got to go to a party. And the only reason why I'm going to this party, I know what I said 2 weeks ago. But the only reason it's my mama's party. So I got that's the only party I'm going to on a Saturday. It's football. They have my old lady party. They have my kids party. But we're gonna do that on Friday. So we had Saturday.
Happy birthday, Mama Sniper. Happy birthday.
Well, who said it was a birthday party? Who said it was a birthday party?
I said.
She's right though. It's my mama's birthday party.
Duh.
Yeah.
We about to turn up. I'm about to make that 60-year-old lady get married. You know what I'm saying? We about to go hard at this party right here. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
we
that's the
popping
best time to
champagne
throw a
bottles.
birthday party. Labor Day.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Mama Sniper.
But Sniper, I know you were. I already knew when you said go to the party, it had to be somebody very important that you were going to say no to, and that you going to get cussed, that she going to cuss you out if you didn't show up.
Man, listen, I don't. Hey, listen, we get beat by the Holy Spirit around here, and I don't want to be near that. And listen, just like yesterday, Mama, I'll be down your way on Saturday. She said, well, birthday was yesterday, and I said, well, I'll see you on Saturday. She said, no, you coming on Friday. I said, no, Mama, that'd be 3 times I'm driving 45 minutes to your house. She said, good, I'll see you on Friday. I said, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, of course. Of course it's going to be the day she tell you to come. It don't matter if it's 45 minutes or 2 hours away. You better be over there at your mama's, though. Don't do that.
Hey, no, calm down.
No, you be there for your mama, damn it. You stop playing with me, I ain't talking to you, D-Truth. I'm talking to Sniper.
Calm down.
Quiet. You heard.
But anyway, y'all, hey, my last words before I get up out of here. First and foremost, it is football season. It already kicked off 37 minutes into it. I hope these young men get out this game, victory or loss, healthy and no injury.
Amen
on that. Amen
on that, brother.
And then
yes,
one of my favorite coaches out there, Mr. Lee Corso. Hey, I salute you, brother. I hope you have many years to come. And as I always say, go Dogs. Sick 'em.
Sick 'em. I got it for you.
All right.
I'll see y'all later.
Make sure you tell us that happy birthday.
I can't even call you and vent just in case I need to. If they don't get out there and do what they supposed to do today. I ain't got nobody to vent to.
Just hit me up.
Because I know you're gonna be somewhere watching.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen. They already know. We tried to do a family picture one time. I'm like, man, y'all need to hurry this up. The game's on. I was going to do it during halftime. I'm like, wait a minute, the halftime.
Wow.
No, hey, listen. Y'all know how I am about my dogs. You know how I am about college football. Period.
Yeah, but go ahead and have fun. Be safe, and tell everybody we said hello.
Make sure you tell her I said Happy birthday, and sing it to her too, just like I sang it to you.
Hey, and look, I know this not football related, but tomorrow Mother is preaching, so I will send out the link to everybody
All
who wants to
right,
watch, and we will do what we do. Hey, everybody, God bless and go dogs.
to you too. Roof, roof,
All
roof.
right, brother. Hey,
Bye.
brother, we say happy birthday. Go dogs to you too.
Yeah.
Be safe
Yes,
out
Yes,
there.
sir.
yes.
These streets in Atlanta gonna be
Bye.
crazy Labor Day weekend. You know how that is. Salute to you, Super Jam.
What's up?
Tennessee taking care of business. 10-0 against Syracuse. Mississippi State 10-3 against
Mm,
Southern Miss. Southern Miss is bringing it. They
Yeah.
bringing it to Mississippi State today. So
Yeah.
hey, it ain't no runaway. Like I said, man, them little Conference USA teams, man, they getting dangerous. You might, it
Yeah.
used to be a time you could put them on your schedule in week 1 and week 2 and thinking, hey, that's a de facto bye game. No. That's a de facto bye week. No. Them teams, man, talent is being spread out everywhere now. And now that you got the NIL and the transfer portal, player don't make it at one big school, he can go to a smaller school and be
And
the
just
man.
and
mm.
it said, "Oh, I'm finna prove something here.
hmm
I'm tell you this right here. Today and tomorrow, Atlanta making some money today and tomorrow. Mercedes Benz gonna be full again. So you know how it go. But
hmm
y'all ready to go watch some football games?
I'm ready to go watch some football, man. I'm watching it
Yeah,
right
too.
now. I'm watching.
That's
oh,
that's why he was quiet when we were arguing.
yeah, I'm watching right there as we speak, bro. I got that. I got that satellite system in the office, bro.
But hey, I'm going ahead and tell y'all. Look here,
Well,
I'm relaxed. I'm relaxed today. I ain't got to worry about that today.
we see,
Hey,
we
hey, and look,
see.
look, man. No shade. Auburn fans, you should be very, very happy about what you seen last night. Auburn fans should be very, very happy about what they seen last night. Like I said, I knew Auburn would win, but I didn't think they would win that game the way they did last night in dominating fashion. They dominated on the line of scrimmage. They dominated in the trenches on both sides of the ball. So
Yeah,
just need to tweak that secondary. They
yeah,
get the secondary figured out. Auburn gonna be a dangerous team moving forward.
yeah,
But Hugh Freeze, I think he's here to stay. I
yeah.
don't see Hugh Freeze going anywhere. He's, like I said, man, he's a proven head coach. Proven head coach. He hasn't won any championships or anything like that. But let's just say if the playoffs would have started a couple of years, 3 or 4 years ago, if we'd have had a 12-team playoff, Liberty would have been in there one
Mm-hmm.
year. Liberty went undefeated a couple of times under Hugh Freeze. So the man has won everywhere he's went. So
Yeah.
Auburn fans can feel real good about what they got
It
going
just,
on, what they
yeah,
got coming in for 2025.
yeah, and they just had to get rid of that Brian Hudson, some of that Brian Hudson class to bring his people in and start getting used to it. You know how coaches got to do. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. And LSU, hey, they better win tonight, or tonight me and you do gonna have a fight.
LSU's gonna
Yeah,
win, no doubt,
because see,
no
my thing,
doubt.
it ain't just about it ain't just about Texas and LSU. This is about the SEC
Yeah.
because the media, and we know what they did after the
Mhm.
playoff season last year. The media kind of throwing dirt on the SEC. So
Mhm.
we need the SEC. It started last night. We need to continue on into the day. The
I'm
SEC
tell you,
need to make a statement.
I'm tell you, it started Thursday night. Missouri Auburn won. So right now, open the season, SEC is 2-0 right now. So
Well,
we got to
Missouri
keep it
didn't really
going.
play nobody. Missouri didn't
But
really.
we still got to count it. You know what I'm saying? But we
Mm.
got to continue today. We got to continue today. So Okay, I'm finna get ready to go ahead and go get me something to eat.
Gonna fry some more of them burgers.
I don't know what I'm gonna eat. I don't know what I'm gonna eat. So it is whatever it is. I'm eating and call it a day.
Okay, man. All right, man. Great show, everyone. Great show, Sniper. Uh, salute to you, brother. Be safe out there. Happy birthday to Mama Sniper. You knew. Great
Yes.
job today.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you.
great insight, great input on the discussion today. Great as always, panel. The truth. Congratulations to your Auburn Tigers, man. Hey, they are as good as advertised.
And you know what? I'm still not gonna relax because shoo, hey, I ain't taking no game for granted. Don't care who we play.
Right. Right. Agree.
Any
Agree.
given Saturday.
Saturday.
Yep.
Any
Any.
given Saturday. Just think with them people up there in Boise, Idaho thinking right now. What's going through their minds. And really honestly,
Well, think
you
about
can
Wake
go ahead
Flores,
and give
but
that slow walker sad singer award to them because that's it for them. Ain't no coming back from that.
uh, hey, hey, shoot, hey, you might well get to the Wake Forest too. Shoot, look, you beat it. They supposed to have beat down Kansas
Well, they
City.
won. They
Yeah,
won.
they won.
Even though it was ugly, they won. So it's kind of like okay, all right, you struggle with a team you shouldn't have struggled with, but
Yeah,
let's see what you can do against the NC States, the North
yeah,
Carolinas, the
yeah.
Boston colleges, against the Pitts. What can you do? Can you redeem yourself and make it competitive against Clemson? Can
Yeah.
you shock Georgia Tech when they come to Winston-Salem in a couple of weeks? I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt because they won. But Boise
Yes.
State, man, come on, man. You did not show up at all in the second half.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm. But I'm gonna say this right here, and then I'm gonna say my line and get up. But but them winning, but wait for it winning like that. That don't look good for the ACC winning like that. You see what I'm saying? Against that favorite team. Boise State, we kind of knew they were kind of on a rope without Gentry. You feel what I'm saying? So that was a
Mm.
gimme. That's a gimme right there. And and like I said, you got to replace what you have. But they didn't replace Gentry. And first game, I always say the first game of the year, week 0, week 1 is always trap games.
Mm.
Yeah,
And I'm looking at this game right now, and I already see right now Sarkeesian he's doing what I was afraid that he would do. He's trying to turn Arch into Peyton Manning. He's not. Instead of just running the ball, putting the ball on the ground. He got him out there trying to, calling pass play after pass play after pass play. This Ohio State defense is too good. I think you got to get them on the ground the way Michigan did.
yeah, and that way I was afraid. Like told you, I was afraid that what he's going to try to do make Johnson on the pass ball, but it was he stuck. The first series, but one run play 3 pass. He said, "Forget this. We finna run the ball." So that what start gonna have to start doing. So
Mhm.
love and respect yourself. Cause when you love and respect yourself, you see do all the BS. Self love is the best kind of love. Who can love you better than you can love yourself?
All right. Okay. Thank everybody for coming out to this is week 1 college football kickoff show. We will be back later on for the post game show tonight. It's going to be interesting. Uh, we made some very interesting picks today. Let's see who's right and who's wrong. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, I'm picking with my brain. I ain't picking with my heart. I'm picking with this right here. So I'm going for that
Mm-hmm.
lead dog. I'm getting my title
Mm-hmm.
back that I got in 2022 and 2023. I fell off last year because I was trying to pick with my heart, but I'm picking with my brains this year. Well, everyone, thank you all for coming out. Make sure you hit that like button. For those of you that are going to be watching the playback, make sure you hit that like button. It's free to hit that like button. Don't cost a thing to hit that like button. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Be safe. peace and blessings. Enjoy the rest of your college football Saturday. We'll see you later on tonight. And one last thing, go Dogs. Sick 'em. Woo, 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 woo. Everyone, see you all tonight.
All right, everybody, thank you for coming through. And for those that are going to be coming later, thank you as well. You guys make sure you hit that like on your way in or your way out. Look, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get up and here. See ya. Bye.
Woke up early, sun shining bright. Got the flag, got the fight. Ready for the big game today. College football fever. Yeah. Dugouts packed, the crowd's alive, cheerleaders spinning, waving flags. Game day magic feels like home. With Mondo, D-Truth, Yunu, and Sniper on the mic. Are you ready for some college football Saturday? Let's cheer for our team, feeling the thrill of the game. Screaming, jumping, never slowing down. Together we're unstoppable. Can't you feel the fun? Marching band, drums rolling out, tailgating, burgers cooking good. The field's lit, the energy's high. We're ready, let's make history. Coach is yelling, players running fast. From Texas to Notre Dame, Georgia, Clemson, USC, Tennessee, Bama to Ohio State, defending their crown. The final whistle, the crowd roars. Victory we won, it's all worth it. High fives, hugs, we're all one. College football fever.